guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, hey, what's up? My name is Tanya, and thank you all so much for joining in and watching this video. This video shout out goes to Lovejoy Peaches. Yes, Lovejoy Peaches. I love your username. That is the cutest username ever. Oh my goodness. Love, joy, and peaches. I mean, really, what could be better? I guess if you had pink and sparkles incorporated in there, but aside from that, it is pretty freaking awesome. I love you, and thank you so much for subscribing and looking out for me and wishing me well and everything, saying that I'm a dear for being loving to my subscribers. You guys are amazing to me on such a, every day, on a daily basis. You guys give back to me so much. So of course I care about all of you. You are all so near and dear to my heart, and whenever I can't get a video up for a day, it really truly breaks my heart, and especially when I have a new release and I can't get it up for you immediately, so that way you guys know whether or not you should jump on it to get your hands on it before it sells out or before there's a restock. I really want you guys to be as informed as possible. So nothing bothers me more than when I start seeing, not trustworthy reviews being put up, and Kurt keeps telling me I need to let it go, but I just hate when there's deception. It really bothers me because to my core, it drives me crazy. And I know at the end of the day, everybody is going to have different opinions, and makeup's going to perform differently, skincare is going to perform differently, but just now having a more inside view of the YouTube community and what it entails, it just really bothers me knowing how many people are bought and paid for. It just really does. And I am on this mission to make damn sure that my channel never becomes that, no matter what. Integrity is not worth any price point. It's just not. And you guys can never be bought for anything. It's just, I love you guys so much, and you can't put a price point on that. You just can't. So when I get sick, nothing drives me more crazy, or when I can't buy something because my budget's run out or something like that. I wish I could buy everything and review everything, and that I could have 10 of me and be filming like a mad person. And I know that it's just not possible. I wish that everybody could just be honest, and makeup could just be a fun place and just what it's supposed to be. Why can't it just be what it's supposed to be? So today I am feeling a lot better. I am not 100% back to normal, but I did take a couple of days off since filming my last video, and it did set me back a little bit, but I was still very happy that I filmed so I could get a little bit up for you guys. And then today I felt well enough to at least film the BH Cosmetics Take Me Back to Brazil. I've had this baby for a week and a half, and I was dying to film this one for you guys too. And I leave in 2 days, and I'll be out of town for 5 days, so I fell so behind on trying to get as many pre-recorded videos up. I do have a bunch of small ones, like foundation, testing out foundations, testing out bronzers, that sort of thing. And I'll be doing a lot of vlogging, so I'll have really awesome material when I get back. I just was hoping to have a bunch of tutorials and a bunch of really solid material for you before I left. I just obviously wasn't anticipating getting so sick. So, but Lovejoy Peaches. I know that you guys all really understand, and I think we're just all so grateful to have each other in our lives, because we all just have such an amazing community, and we're all such amazing friends. So I love you guys all so much. So this video is obviously on this baby. I did my whole eye look using this, plus the glitter is one of the Tarte eye jewels. This is the first BH Cosmetics palette that I am disappointed in. And it really, really breaks my heart. Like, I can't even tell you how much this breaks my heart. Because if you guys have been with me for a while, or if you have binge watched videos or my BH Cosmetic videos, you know that I am like a die-hard BH Cosmetics fan. Like, I'm like Natasha Denona and BH Cosmetics. And then, like, they're my two favorite. If you're talking like, give me your favorite luxury, give me your favorite drugstore. Those are like my probably two top favorites. I also just love so many other brands. I mean, Makeup Addiction Cosmetics, like Juvia's Place is amazing, Viseart is amazing, Violet Voss, like I have so many that I absolutely love. But if you were talking like clear out my palettes tomorrow, you're left with two brands to pick from, one drugstore, one luxury, it would probably be BH Cosmetics and Natasha Denona. But this is the first one that is just, it's okay, Eeyore. I don't know what Eeyore's barking at. The shadows, okay, I'm very happy with the look that I ended up creating. Like, the way everything did come together, I do really enjoy this. Don't mind my running eye, as usual. It's just, this one's always leaking on me. But I am very happy with how the look pulled together in the end. But the shadows are pretty dry. A couple of them are smooth. The first three columns, because I ended up swatching them by columns this time, the first three columns are pretty nice, but then the other 5 columns, or 6 columns. Sorry, the first 3 are pretty nice, and then the other 5 columns are like not so good, which is the majority of the palette. And then this shade is nice. The black is not bad. It's not crazy dark, but it's not bad. And this one is like a green, one of those greenish hued whites. Not bad either. But I mean, when you're talking 5 columns, so wait till you see the swatches. They're not that pigmented. They were quite patchy. They were quite dry. They were actually hard for me to even finger swatch. Like, I went over it a couple of times and they were still, like, my skin was peeking through. I couldn't get a full swatch using my finger. Then a couple of them with my finger, when I went to put it on my eyes, they did not translate from what the swatch showed, even with a setting spray. When I was blending them, they were very dry and patchy. I was able to blend, but it was not a smooth blend. There was a hell of a lot of fallout. It did brush away, but there was a lot of fallout, a lot of kickback. When you tap your brush off, there's like powder that goes everywhere. It's just not creamy. It's not smooth. And it's just patchy. I'm just really, really disappointed. I hope I got a bad batch. I really do. Because this has not been my experience with BH Cosmetics. I don't know if they just have a different formulation for this time around. Like, I have used so many different palettes and they have all been outstanding up until this one. So, I don't know if it's a coincidence, if it's this formulation, if they changed something, or if I just got a bad batch. I don't know. All I can say is that my palette is not good, and based on my palette, I would not recommend it. And it just really, really, really breaks my heart to say that. Because like I said, I just love this company so much. They're so affordable. They usually bring outstanding makeup products. The quality is usually just up there with high-end luxury type of makeup products. They're cruelty-free. Like, everything about them is usually just like they're able to compete with, you know, like a Natasha Denona or a Viseart. I don't know what happened with this palette. I really don't. I don't. So, like I said, I'm still very happy with this eye look, but I did create the eye look sticking with the first 3 columns because I was only happy with the first 3 columns. I wasn't happy with anything else. I really did want to get into like crazy colors and do something more like peacocky because I haven't really done that, and go into blues, purples, greens, and really play in that color spectrum today. That's where my mind was initially thinking when I opened this up. Even though I was drawn into the berry right away, I was like, you know, I really want to play over here today. And everything on this side was just horrible by finger swatching. And I was like, okay, I'm still sick. The swatches are atrocious, and I honestly don't know if I'll ever use this. I will probably give it to my step girls because it's colorful, with giving them the lightest flush of color to play with, because you will see how subdued the colors are without building and building and building. And then they don't have setting spray to intensify, and they don't have, you know, like a MAC 242 brush for packing, and they'll have like the lightest wash of color. So to me, this is a really great kid palette, and I really but like I said, maybe I got a bad one. I don't know. But if this was my first experience, I wouldn't be buying from BH again. Like, that's how disappointed I am in this palette. I literally, if this was my first time, my first experience with this company, I wouldn't be giving the company another chance. I would think that they are like a crappy drugstore brand. I really would. So if anybody had purchased this as their first experience and you're having a bad experience with it, check out my BH Cosmetics playlist, because you will see how incredible so many of the other palettes are. Because I'm telling you, this company is incredible. I don't know what happened with this one. I really don't. And I think that this intro is probably longer than my entire video. So I'm blown away. I'm blown away at it. I really am. So if you guys want to see the horrific swatches that I'm talking about, you will initially see the good ones, because it starts off with the good couple of columns and then it gets into the bad ones. And if you want to see how to get this eye look, because you can still recreate this eye look with, you know, similar shades from other palettes. It's still using basic pinks, oranges, you know, this family of colors, so you can still recreate this not having this palette very easily. And if you want to see like my little tidbits of review along the way and all that goodness-ish, then just keep on watching. So I've had the BH Cosmetics Take Me Back to Brazil palette for over a week now. That's how behind I am on filming new releases. And then since I filmed the last time I'm still sick, but I'm a lot better. I then took a couple days off to get better. So I am a lot better today than I was the last couple of videos, but I'm still struggling. So at least I'm on the mends. Thank goodness. It has been a hell of a week and a half. But I just realized that like I keep telling you guys, my haul boxes, how I keep picking at them, they are so out of control that I still haven't even opened up my BH Cosmetics Take Me to Brazil palette. It's still in a box somewhere. Like, it's obscene what's going on in this beauty room. Unreal. So we're gonna go Take Me Back to Brazil before I even touch the Take Me to Brazil palette. So this one is a 35 color pressed pigment palette. It says, capture the excitement of Rio's Carnival, wearing intense brights from this Take Me Back to Brazil. 35 color pressed pigment palette, a rainbow of super pigmented, buildable, blendable mattes, satins, and shimmers that make a stunning statement. So I'm very excited to get into this. BH Cosmetics is of course cruelty free, and look how fun that packaging is. So let's hope that nothing is broken because I have had this for a while. Can I get into it? No? Maybe? Really? Yeah, I'm gonna be right back. That is the first time I've ever had to rip a sleeve off. That was in there so tightly wrapped. Oh, this is fun. There's a cute little mirror. And look at how the little shadows are with the brightening and intensifying ones on the bottom. Oh, I like it. I see the shimmers. Oh, I just get so drawn into berries. Like, the berry tones are so freaking gorgeous. All right, I'm going to, I don't know if I should swatch all of these. Damn it. That's a lot of eyeshadows. I guess I'll get to swatching all of them, and then I will be right back. These are really pretty. When you really look at each individual shade, like right away, I'm like in love. All the pinks, obviously, but even looking at these shades on their own, the purples, the blues, I'm not gonna have any clue on what to do. These all look so beautiful. So I'm gonna swatch and I will see you guys in a second. So instead of swatching them row by row, I went column by column because of how it's done color scheming wise. I thought that that would be more appropriate to keep the pinks together versus, you know, doing one of each shade. So I switched it up a little bit for swatching this way. And I have to say that I am actually the most disappointed in this palette so far based on how the texture feels. This is still a smooth formula, but it is the most dry of every BH Cosmetics palette I have swatched so far. It may perform just as well, you know, swatching is never really a true tell, but based on swatching, it is the most dry and the most patchy that I've had, and I've worked with several BH Cosmetic palettes so far, so that did take me back a little bit. So I'm going to show you what these three look like, and then we're going to start column by column. Alright, so there are what your two highlight options are, and your black. It's not the blackest black, but it's a fairly nice black. And then this is a nice champagne white hue, and then this one has like a greenish tint to it. Now this got me excited at first because the first four columns were not bad. Well, I should say the first three columns, because the fourth column started losing my interest a little bit. The colors weren't as vibrant. The first pink is a very, very light pink, which is fine. You know, there's always a use for a nice light pink. And the light yellows aren't too bad either for building transition shades. But the first column, then there's the second column, the third column, and the fourth column. But then when we get to the next four columns, they're not amazing. See, you can see that these are less pigmented, and I really tried to get a nice color swatch, and I just couldn't. These metallics are much lighter, which is okay, and I'm sure that they'll be able to be amped up, you know, over top of a concealer and with setting spray and all of that, but I mean, using a finger and swatching it and only getting that kind of a payoff kind of worries me. And the mattes being so patchy, I don't know. So I'm thinking I'm gonna work within, you know, this arm color scheme because this is really not impressing me. And I wanted to go something like fun on this end, which this is still gonna be fun, but I am just really disappointed in the last 5 columns, really. So I don't know. But yeah, I'm gonna go prep and prime my eyes, and then I will see you guys in a second. So starting with my Carity E31, I'm going to take this pink as my first transition shade and start working that in the crease and above. See, this first shade is even going on very patchy. It's not blending out smoothly. But we're going to keep going. Now I'm going to take this orange and do the same thing. Now taking my Urban Decay E209 brush, I'm going to dip into this shade right here and put that in the crease and slightly above. Now I'm just going to take the Sephora number 10 fluffy brush just to go over the edges. Even though I'm not feeling well and I haven't done a cut crease in what feels like months, I have just randomly decided to do a cut crease. I know I'm insane. So I'm going to take my MAC Pro Longwear Concealer, pump some on the back of my hand. I don't know what I'm thinking right now, but we're just going to go for it. I'm going to take my Sigma E62 cut crease brush, dip it on both sides of the concealer, and then start working from the base upward. Then now I'm just going to dry that off with a white shadow using my Milani All Over Shader brush before I do the other eye. I'm going to take that same white shadow and just clean up underneath the brow bone. This is a Bella NG334 brush. It's just a little precision brush. I want to see what this shade will look like, and then going in with this one on the rest of my lid. So taking my MAC 242, I'm going to coat this baby first. Milani her up. Put that on the inner corners. Now I'm going to take this shade, coat her well, and Milani her up, and put that on the rest of my lid. That is some orange. That is so nothing like the swatch. I'm really disappointed in this palette. Alright, this orange is not what I was expecting it to be, so I'm going to go back into this shade, the one that's on the inner corner, and bring that more predominantly over the lid. Come on, guys! I'm going to take the Tarte Eye Jewels in white gold and do, I think, a full glitter like cut crease with this, because I am really unimpressed with how these shadows are performing. I cannot believe this. I have loved every single BH Cosmetics palette I've ever used up until this one. Now taking the glitter side, I'm going to go over the base. Alright, I'm going to go finish up my face, do my lashes, line, all of that, and then I will be back to do the lower lash line. So I finished up my face, and as usual, everything will be listed down below, but I used my normal Estee Lauder Double Wear Maximum Cover Camouflage foundation in 1N3 Creamy Vanilla. I then set it using my Urban Decay, the Velvetizer, because this is amazing. I used Milani's Baked Blush in Luminoso. I love using this blush whenever I do anything peachy pink because it just has peach and pink tones in it, so it's so perfect. I popped on my Cake Face Beauty Kim Tai lashes again. These are just so dramatic but comfortable, and I love these. Like, they are just bam. And Kurt actually loved these lashes. These were the first ones that I've worn yet where he was actually like, whoa, let me see those lashes. Like the other day when he came home when I was filming Laura's unboxing, and when I was done it, he actually stopped and he had to stare at these lashes, and he thought that these were like some sexy lashes. So these are hubby approved. So I popped those ones back on. I used my Tom Ford eye defining pen for my wing. I have my ColourPop Ultra Glossy Lip in Tokyo Tea on. It's not like a super high pigment gloss, but just enough to bring in some of that coral glossiness to the lips. I have used my Ardency in Modster pencil in black. I used my Marc Jacobs Tastic Omega Bronze for my bronzer. And I used my Milk Cosmetics Digital Dust Highlight in Gold Ore. I haven't used this literally since I demoed it when they launched. They've just been like sitting back there and not top shelf, even though these should be like a top shelf highlighter, but they've been displayed instead. So it's not like something that I'm just grabbing for while doing my makeup. And I was like, wait a minute, why have I not been using these? I love these highlights. So I went and got my lazy butt up and grabbed it anyway. So that is the combo of everything that I did. And I think that is everything. So I can zoom you guys in and we can get going on finishing up this lower lash line. So taking my itty bitty BH Cosmetics brush, I'm going to start with the baby pink and smoke that beneath the lower lash line. There's so much powder kick off. This is just going to be a disaster. Now taking the orange, I'm going to smoke that beneath the lower lash line. Now taking a pencil brush, I'm going to dip into the berry tone and get that nice and tight to the lower lash line. Alright, this makeup look is complete. I'm just going to go get dressed, do my hair, and I will be right back. Thanks so much for watching this video. I really hope that this was helpful. I know that this palette was such a letdown and I just don't know what happened, but at the end of the day, hopefully this still can help you guys out if you are debating on buying it, or if you still want to take the risk that maybe I just got a bad batch, because I really don't know. But either way, I got it to review it for you guys, and maybe you want it just for the 3 columns, or maybe you're fine having it just for a light wash of color. But either way, please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it or found it helpful. Please share it. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, good night, good morning, wherever you are. I love you all so much, and I will talk to you later. Bye, guys.